Now before I start this episode of Late to the Party, I'd like to actually talk about the show concept as a whole. I wanted to make this show a collaborative effort, hence why if he's not here by now, Sean Faust of Epic Fail will be joining the show to sort of give his perspective on games that he missed. Because let's face it, there is a lot of awesome stuff out there that we miss every day, whether it be movies, TV shows, comic books, video games. Hell, there's a guy on YouTube who reviews TV shows that he missed. It's even called Late to the Party. Go give it a look-see. And since he did have the show longer than I did, I am going to concede and let him have the original name of Late to the Party. So, time for a name change. Alright, well, it's gotta be original. It's gotta be unique. Something hip so the kids will like it. I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Shit I Missed. No. That's just stupid. I'll figure it out later on. Anyway, so on to the main topic of this episode. What the fuck is a Kirby? So I mentioned a little while on Twitter that this episode was going to focus around the SNES. Well, the reason for that is, I never owned an SNES as a kid. I know, I'm dead serious on this one. I only owned a Sega Genesis. I'm not proud of that either. The lineage of my video gaming prowess is as follows. Sega Genesis, PlayStation, Dreamcast, Xbox, and so on and so forth. I missed a lot there, goddammit! Anyway, why Kirby? Well, out of all of the games on the SNES, I know nothing about the lore or anything of the characters in Kirby around that era, so yeah. I know a bit about the Mario lore, I know a bit about the Zelda lore, the Metroid lore. Kirby? Not one fucking iota. I mean, yes, I know a little bit about this guy thanks to one of the greatest fighting games, in my opinion, ever, Super Smash Bros. And just so we can get the Flame War out of the way, Melee is 10 times better than Brawl. Fight me. I just haven't played any of the original Kirby games. So, to rectify the situation, I am going to play what is considered to be one of the best Kirby games. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirby Superstar. Kirby Superstar sold over 1 million copies in Japan. It has been given an average score of 83.80 on Game Rankings. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave the game a review score of 8.62 out of 10. It was so good, a remake of the game titled Kirby Superstar Ultra was developed for the Nintendo DS. In Japan, this remake was known as Hoshi no Kirby Ultra Super Deluxe. Overall, the remake of the game received positive praise with scores from various websites like IGN, 1UP, and so on and so forth. Now, of course I've never played this game, but according to a certain review, it is quoted as being fun, yet fairly easy. I like easy things. As a derp gamer, easy things are a safe haven for me. Let's have at it! Okay, so we've got a bit of a problem here. There is no story to this game, and the gameplay, there's not much to talk about. So, I'm thinking what we're gonna do is we are going to blow up 3 sections of the review and just make this a general review. Because I am a lazy fuck. Look at me! I'm making myself a video game review! Just kidding, just kidding. You know I would not short you guys on an actual review. But we are going to switch up the format just a little bit this time, so stay calm, stay calm. Just let me know what you guys think at the end of the episode. Tell me what you guys think about this format change. Anyway, Kirby Superstar! Kirby Superstar is actually a game made up of several mini-games. Spring Breeze, a simplified remake of the original Kirby's Dream Land, Dynablade, a mode in which Kirby must stop Dynablade, a giant bird who is messing with Dreamland's crops, Gourmet Race, a race-type mode in which Kirby must race against King Dedede while eating as much food as possible, The Great Cave Offensive, an adventure-type mode where Kirby explores a cave for treasure, Revenge of Meta Knight, where Kirby attempts to destroy Meta Knight's battleship, the Halberd, before Meta Knight can conquer Dreamland, Milky Way Wishes, the largest game in the collection, and last but not least, the arena, which is what it sounds like. beating the ever-loving piss out of the bosses of the game. There are also two sub-games in Kirby Superstar, Megaton Punch and Samurai Kirby, the latter being my favorite of the two. Most of the gameplay itself varies from straight up 2D platformer to fighter. Pretty straightforward. Out of all the games though, I do have to say my favorite minigame would be Spring Breeze. As a way to introduce people into the whole Kirby franchise, this is definitely what you want to start with. Like I mentioned earlier, it's an abridged remake of Kirby's Dream Land with enhanced graphics. Though, while I do like Kirby Superstar a lot, there are a few games I thought could have been a little more fine-tuned. For example, as I also stated before, I enjoyed the fuck out of the minigame Samurai Kirby. But the thing is, it's really simplistic. You press start, and then you wait for the QuickTime events. That's it. Depending on how you react to QuickTime events, you are either gonna have a great or a bad time. They strike now! They strike now! They strike now! They strike now! Maybe it's just me, but it's too simplistic. Maybe that's the charm of it, but it just left me sort of scratching my head and thinking, that was it? The sound design for Kirby Superstar is actually really good. Most of the songs that were composed for their respective levels are very memorable. For example, when I think of Samurai Kirby, I'm gonna think of that tense moment before the battle as the ancient Japanese percussion tracks end. When I think of Spring Breeze, I'm gonna think of how chipper and upbeat the music was as I swallowed my enemy's whole. And when I think of Gourmet Race, I'm gonna think of how much I want to stab King Dedede in the trachea after 3 rounds of cheap racing mechanics. I want that bird dead! And when I say dead, I mean seriously dead. Beaten. Broken. His head mounted on my wall kinda dead! I really hate King Dedede. Overall though, I really liked Kirby Superstar. It's a fun little game that can be enjoyed by both adults wanting to relive their childhood or kids who just need a game to pass the time. And to answer the question I asked before, yes, it's an easy game. Don't get me wrong, I like Kirby Superstar. It's just that I get gamer ADD after a good 30 minutes because it's just too easy. But if anything else, I could say it has some replayability to it. So that was my review of Kirby Superstar. Hopefully it tickled your fancy and whatnot. Now I know probably not all of you still have an SNES lying around. So, for you guys who do want to pick this game up, there is actually a DS port or a DS remake of Kirby Superstar known as Kirby Superstar Ultra. It pretty much is the same game with a few bells and whistles and whatnot. I'd totally pick it up if you do want to relive this game, or if you just want to experience it for the first time. If you can get your hands on the original, fucking do it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Late to the Party, or whatever I'm gonna call this series in the future. Do me a favor and let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the format, if I should stay with this one or continue with the old one. I've been working out with the format a lot, and it's been kind of confusing along the way. But for now, folks on the YouTube channel, folks on Blistered Thumbs, I will talk to you later. This is Smarty, signing off.